Praise time, Mama.
Yeah.
Praise time, Mama.
NDC NPP
The Oral Brigade gathered at the Finance Ministry to protest alleged financial mismanagement under the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo-led government, predominantly composed of the NDC Youth Wing. The group has recently intensified its calls for accountability. They argue that the protest aims to highlight what they see as significant financial mismanagement. Osman Ayariga, the convener of the group, addresses the media.
We have been quiet for long because we know every 4 years we are given the opportunity to change this government. But we have realized that the rate at which this government is looting, stealing, and gathering our resources, we have to start the fight now. Today, I want to invite the spirit of Dr. Osagyefo Kwame Nkrumah in the youth of Ghana today, that we must fight for what is rightfully ours. You cannot steal, loot, and rob from us and expect us to come and beg you again. This is the real gang of family and friend thievery, which we are here to demand accountability. This is the real state capture, which we are here to demand accountability. I know there are people in this Ministry of Finance who are watching from their windows. There are some honest people here, but a majority of them are thieves.
Among the transactions they are
digital empowerment. The NDC Youth Manifesto outlines several key initiatives, including increased access to quality education from the basic and second cycle to tertiary levels, affordable healthcare, and numerous job creation programs. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to acknowledge the commendable efforts of our National Youth Wing, led by indomitable George Opariado, aka Pablo. For this excellent, well choreographed youth event. Since I launched Ghana's first national youth policy in Cape Coast in 2010, during my tenure as Vice President of this country, I remain committed to recognizing and honoring our youth on International Youth Day.
Honorable Regional Minister, all protocol duly observed. My team and I, we are very glad to be here in this glorious occasion. I'll start by introducing my team. I have my returning officer, Elvis Coker, here. And I have my two deputies, James Bele Ire. I hope my pronunciation is getting better. Bele Ire. Yes, he's a deputy returning officer. And I have Peter Abraham. Yes, he's also a deputy returning officer. These are the abled men I work with to help us have successful elections in this constituency. So thank you very much. And myself, I'm Mr. Isaac Akotodako. I'm the officer, district officer, election officer for Nandom. Municipal election officer. Thank you. So I've enjoyed my stay so far working with all of you in this municipal, and thank you for your cooperation all the time. I don't have the opportunity to express my gratitude, but today I'll use the opportunity to express my gratitude. Thank you all. All right. You know, for a moment, as a referee, when I picked the mic, I was tempted to say Kukrudu. But as a referee, you know, I have to play by the rules. Yeah, so I pretend. Okay, so my job here is very simple.
The partners, Sanda International.
George Mrekuduka was speaking at the launch of the group at Akwetia in the Eastern region. He explained that the NPP flag bearer, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, is not in support of illegal mining but responsible small-scale mining, hence the formation of the group. He announced that Dr. Bawumia, if elected president, will set up a minerals development bank to empower Ghanaians to establish mining companies that will engage in responsible mining. Hundreds of miners from the various mining communities present affirmed their commitment to responsible mining and expressed their confidence in Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia to protect their jobs.
But I support small-scale responsible mining. And I'll continue advocating for small-scale mining. Mining companies are considered the only two to come krum. I will say, Mama Mukano Motu, Nagana Nino to be near, Usi Derby, Abayana, Abaye, Bronini Jomra Metunko, Nagana Nidia, Alpha and Quadanifie. Young Pele, who will speak the truth, media, I represent miners. I represent miners in Parliament. Into Waha, now we NDC, na baby a mijinano, some person bejina hobia, na wadumano, and a person usano. As I said, baby a wajapadiano, a one wakuma wa.
Philip Ajamjobe is president of the small-scale miners.
The industry employs more, we produce, and our goal is retained here. It keeps our economy strong. The Vice President made reference to the gold that supported the currency when we were in dire need, when Ghana almost went the Sri Lanka way. So today's occasion is an occasion that is memorable, and the small-scale, responsible small-scale miners are very proud, and we are fully backing the program, and we shall educate our members in the communities to give the full support to this program and the candidates to win the elections and implement the policies to inure to the benefit of responsible small-scale miners and Ghanaians as a whole.
NPP parliamentary candidate for Akwetia, Ernest Kumi, urged government to promote the education of small-scale miners on issues of responsible mining.
One advantage and one disadvantage. And one first one and one so bonny. So be who say so bonia. I was sending dear and out the year Juma. Now Pepper and Passwa be Faswa. Such you saw bonny at a war for Fosono. Ube ye few and I yes on it here. If in a corner, Obia fashion team say, me Babe bomb miners, Nina, Hobine, and Munina can't bomb I Juma. I make it sure, say, Obia no bet me at Yamofa with Yoda.
The Vice President was speaking at a rally in the Winchi constituency as part of his tour of the Bono region. The rally, which started building momentum around 3 p.m., saw crowds gather from across the town despite the rains. Supporters filled the street, donning party colors and waving flags, eager to hear from Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, who had spent the day campaigning in the Banda and Tain constituencies. Addressing the gathering, the flag bearer of the NPP assured that all roads within the constituency will be fixed if he is elected president.
Commencement certificate for the roads Ewa Winchi has been granted to the contractor, and it will come and will do the roads in Winchi including the Zongo roads. The second point, me person who say water project, the Winchi water project is almost complete and will try to finish it for the people of Winchi.
Dr. Baumia said he would digitize agriculture and support farmers in the constituency with the needed factories and machines to boost their work.
Inshisha edukai ekuafo inshisha na mede bagana ha. Mede inshisha ba beboa ekuafo. Usha Ghana ha ye duduo ni nyina ye ekuafo. Ekuafo ye ya Ghana be ye. Intimidate Ghana na isi sika ye nimdia ye technology betai ekuafo ichi. Ye the factories cashew processing plants. Ye the beba ha abeboa cashew ekuafo ewa Ghana na etimi apija.
He also urged the resident to vote against the former President John Dramani Mahama as he has nothing to offer them.
Mibisano se onchire adie bakwa oyeye as vice president or president. Edi infaso abre Ghana for. Ontimi bakupo ontimi dumso ana unconfirmed. Na diaba no be sesia. Diaba no di brain. Akukon kete. Akukon kete. Ana 24-hour disco.
The event in Winchi marked the conclusion of Dr. Baumia's tour of the Bono region, which he began last week. The Vice President was speaking at a rally in the Winchi constituency as part of his tour of the Bono region. The rally, which started building momentum around 3 p.m., saw crowds gather from across the town despite the rains. Supporters filled the street, donning party colors and waving flags, eager to hear from Dr. Mahamudu Baumia, who had spent the day campaigning in the Banda and Tain constituencies. Addressing the gathering, the flag bearer of the NPP assured that all roads within the constituency will be fixed if he is elected president.
Commencement certificate for the roads Ewa Winchi has been granted to the contractor, and it will come and will do the roads in Winchi, including the Zongo roads. The second point, me person who say water project, the Winchi water project is almost complete and will try to finish it for the people of Winchi.
Dr. Baumia said he would digitize agriculture and support farmers in the constituency with the needed factories and machines to boost their work.
Inshisha edukai ekuafo inshisha na mede bagana ha. Mede inshisha ba beboa ekuafo. Usha Ghana ha ye duduo ni nyina ye ekuafo. Ekuafo ye ya Ghana be ye. Intimidate Ghana na isi sika ye nimdia ye technology betai ekuafo ichi. Ye the factories cashew processing plants. Ye the beba ha abeboa cashew ekuafo ewa Ghana na etimi apija.
He also urged the resident to vote against the former President John Dramani Mahama as he has nothing to offer them.
Mibisano se onchire adie bakwa oyeye as
MP, Minister, one Deputy Minority Leader.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our job, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirty, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. Inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now. Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before?
She was going to get there, sir. One more, and Tamaka Tana Hall. I'm going to get down the wall. Samira Namune, Baumia Namune, Samira Namune, Baumia Namune.
Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now. Government is
Right, hello, good morning, welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. It's a Thursday, the 5th day of December 2024. By His grace, we are live and we're here. We're yet another edition of the show. Our gratitude will go to the Most High God for the rare privilege of being alive, and of course the opportunity of having another conversation around the top stories making the rounds here in our dear Republic. I'll let you into a panel for the morning's conversation shortly, but let's take a look at the front pages of our newspapers. Daily Graphic. After prophecies, rallies and promises, Ghana votes Saturday. That's the front page of the Daily Graphic. Eastern Western Region special voting today. Countdown to December 7. May democracy win. NDC NPP scramble for Upper West Region seats. The Ghanaian Times. 2024 election. Who occupies presidential seat? EC conducts special voting exercise in Eastern and Western regions today. And the readers of the Spectator informed that the paper will not be available on the newsstands on Saturday due to the elections. But they can visit www.thespectatoronline.com and read the online version, which will be available from today, or is actually available from today. But the next edition will be available on the newsstands next Saturday, the 14th of December. So election 2024, Ghana decides Saturday, 12 contestants vie for president, 18,774,159 expected to vote. EC sets up 40,976 polling centers nationwide. The New Crusading Guide. It's now clear and settled. Dr. Baumia will win Saturday's election. That's according to Dr. Stephen Amwa. Let's protect the dignity of Queen Mothers. Golden Mothers Vision International. Ghana Highway Authority committed to delivering good roads. Ashanti Regional MPP exposes NDC's plans to disrupt elections. GPCL launches electronic gazette application system. Ekufado to commission Agenda 11 hospitals today as more near completion. The Insight. Just few days after overwhelming endorsement by PNC, Freedom Party backs Mahama. Several minority parties to follow suit. Vote with conscience, patriotism and economic hardships in mind. Clergyman urges Ghanaians. Concerned citizen decries governance failures under Akufo-Addo. Alan urges Ghanaians to reject incompetent leaders and destructive duopolistic system. ASEG rally support for Mahama, criticizes NPP's economic policies. NPP's Alfred Boating maintains strong lead in Bibiani and Miasu Bekwai survey. The Informer. Akufo-Addo reaffirms support for Bawumia, says he's well prepared to lead Ghana. Ghana ready for border management. Bawumia declares as he unveils e-gates at Kotoka International Airport. Explain your policies to Ghanaians. Otumfo advises Mahama. NDC MP attacks IGP over harmless transfer. Election 2024. Kandapa warns troublemakers. Misinformation, disinformation campaign. Disregard fake video on transfer of voter register. EC urges public. The custodian. Akufo-Addo commissions Agenda 111 hospitals today. Kofi Bento chooses Bawumia over Mahama. NDC plots election violence in Ashanti region. Ghana's economy is recovering strongly. Finance Minister. The Ghanaian publisher. Bawumia a better choice than Mahama. Kofi Bento declares 276 seats up for grabs. NPP exposes NDC's Ashanti plot. Akufo-Addo to commission Agenda 111 hospitals today. What are we commissioning? The Inquisitor. Security alert. Land guards terrorized pensioner to aid daughter to sell his house. Special voting. Lydia Al-Hassan's food sharing incident shameful. Dome level. Final rallies for political parties. NDC to shake Madina's Zurak Park. NPP storms Legon Stadium. Promotes credible and peaceful elections. Spring pack to members. The Herald. Army commander accused of snubbing military orders. Sends mass shooters to disrupt elections in Volta and northern regions. Reverend Owusu Ansan rebukes anti-Bawumia pastors. Vote Mahama to audit Akufo-Addo's mess. Mati Amidu, as more endorsements pour in. Anger mounts in police service over secret promotions. Favoritism and politics determine who gets what, when and how. NDC and NPP stage final rallies today amid tight security. Judicial Service offers reasons for controversial transfer. The Daily Statesman. Akufo-Addo to inaugurate Agenda 111 hospitals today. Awake Ghanaians vote Bawumia for president. NDC evil plot in Ashanti region exposed. Lecturers urge electorate to vote Bawumia. Ghana Publishing goes digital with e-Gazette. Daily Post. Mahama promises reduced Hajj fares. Permanent structures at Hajj Village. University of Ghana lecturers back NDC. Call on Ghanaians to vote for change. So is Bawumia really happy about the economy he mismanaged? Franklin Kujo quizzes. Ballot papers. Is it true that they want to use the packed foods to print stamp-printed ballots to the polling station? Is it true most of them are well built? That's a question posed by the Daily Post. And guess what? The Media Foundation for West Africa has petitioned the Office of the Special Prosecutor over the National Service Scheme. We have all the details of the petition. We will share that with you after this break.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
Again.
Hello, thank you for calling MTN.
This is Jerry. Jolly J for short.
How may I help?
I'm not happy with you guys at all. You've been giving Bongo gifts all the time.
Who is Bongo?
Oh, Bongo, my friend. He purchased in my room.
Oh.
You're giving free gifts, but I don't.
That's MTN rewards, sir. Talk, text, browse, and more, and you get to redeem free call time or data by simply dialing *550#. And on Fridays, you can even get extra special rewards like food vouchers, shopping discounts, and much more.
Didn't tell me anything. Would you like to know how I got the name Jolly J?
That won't be necessary, Mr. Jolly. Calling customer care service doesn't give you points.
I'm gonna call my mom. I'll call my grandma. I'll call my ex. That girl can talk, Papa. Hello, Mama. So what's the topic for today?
MTN.
Remember the dark days of Dumso under Mahama's administration? Vital surgeries halted. Dumso killed many people and will kill many more if we do not vote wisely. Dumso destroyed many businesses and will destroy more if we do not vote wisely. businesses suffered irreparable losses. Dumsor disrupted family life and will do more if we do not vote wisely. Student studies disrupted. MPP's era has seen stable power supply. Never again should we return to Dumsor. Let's keep the lights on. Vote wisely.
Esuro. Vote number 1 on the ballot.
Look around. Home also need a makeover. Mine clearly does. So we went to Ashroom and found the Como collection. It had everything we're looking for and more. Matching furniture for the entire home, designed with you in mind.
Where's Como collection? Dressing up is just a breeze. Always ready with a perfect accessory.
A magic dressing mirror. One look and you're ready to face the world. Or at least the kids.
A bed perfect for young men who want
a table that turns into a treasure chest.
And finally, a sofa with this grand TV unit for family time at home.
Head over to any Ashform store now and discover the new Como collection. Ashform, feel it, know it.
Kudu! Ghana, the elephant is calling. Get ready for the biggest and the final rally for election 2024. Now say rally way, ya two things say the possibilities victory rally. Matthew 19:26. But with God, all things are possible. Ebaso Yawada, December 5, 2024. Time 1 p.m. sharp. Venue University of Ghana Sports Directorate Park. Now special guest Amuba Jumedi His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana. His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana and the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, John Ajakum Kufuor, the former President of the Republic of Ghana. Honorable Dr. Matthew Opaku Prempe, Honorable Stephen Ayesu Intim, Lawyer Justin Kodia Frimpon, Honorable Alexander Kwamina Afenyo Makin, Honorable Akosia Frema Osai Opare, and all party members, sympathizers, and the general public are invited to participate in this historic program, which will be carried live on all media houses. NPP Eshi Rado.
Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet saver, win, even if your bet misses.
Ama, nansi mi jeno wo bin enkoye kwao. Ama ma ye bohu se kontomra akija.
Nansi me hu se me nyo basi makura. Ama me kunu me into kwankwa. Oyiwa. Enye mo ko. Give us JC mixture and any capsules. Aye numbom. Enho asem na mo kana. Ebua emma ene meme nyina. Ne ma wo ba ye obesima. Na be ma so aye be masima. Ya, we the buanku. I'm a giant sour the shelly bottom. No, when you yan and into sessing you or you chop one. GC mixture and a capsule.
A painful about one more menu for one and Quadawin if you do me.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Apomode wonsem yemfen diago. Enunti nese wonom edopapa nko a. Exodus Moringa capsules any Exodus dandelion capsules. If you Exodus emusuyanum, never boa wa promoting. And will be a wobenya no betimi aboa. Nanso, so when you two no, obetimi ando mabo. Never boa papa. So one nom Exodus moringa capsules, ne Exodus dandelion capsules. A boa mamo jadi efusani you. Now fame a boost immune system no. Now quit ya yawa hodo. Minim ye say, nipa dodo na nim dia moringa etimi ye. Na dandelion so yenim. Enunti ne nkasa bebre. Enye ma pemfo. Ana abatan ya oma emifo. Ana abofra onya emfidumi. Exodus if more than city doors.
You the answer to my prayer. You're with me everywhere. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need tonight. Give me shelter from the rain. You breathe life in me again. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need to know tonight.
Kudu, Ghana, the elephant is calling. Get ready for the biggest and the final rally for election 2024. Now, say rally where you to say the possibilities victory rally. Matthew 19:26. But with God, all things are possible. Ebaso Yawada, December 5, 2024. Time 1 p.m. sharp. Venue University of Ghana Sports Directorate Park. Now special guest His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana. His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, John Ajakum Kufuor, the former President of the Republic of Ghana. Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe, Honorable Stephen Ayesu Intim, Lawyer Justin Kodia Frimpong, Honorable Alexander Kwamina Afenyo Makin, Honorable Akosia Frema Osai Opare, Enuti, all party members, sympathizers, and the general public are invited to participate in this historic program, which will be carried live on all media houses. NPP Eshi Rado.
Who are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bready for mattress anymore? Don some slippers, then follow me.
It is part of the mattress we did the front there.
Yeah?
That'll be the mattress where the dead for.
Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all.
Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like Ash Foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
My brothers and sisters, at a time when we are suffering due to the bad policies of the Baumia-led economic management team, leading figures of the NPP, like Chairman Wontumi, are destroying our water bodies in search of gold to satisfy their greed. To add insult to injury, they openly brandish their ill-gotten wealth, which they acquired from poisoning our water bodies in our faces, and mock us on top of it.
When your friend of gold, when your friend of gold, when your tesoro, sikakoko, etinya katanwa. Yawono and the Ghana and Jessica. What you say? When your friend of gold, what you say? And it's a solid money. What you say? Sas kana yeno. What you say? Solid money. Solid. What you solid money? Money for be a solid.
Solid money. I'm talking about solid money. What you say? And your casa want to me was sika. And your bango. And your gold. And it's all good there. I can't watch me. What it? Mammy Fabian. So what? Solid money. We are talking about solid money. Solid money.
To stop this impunity, you and I must vote for change on December 7. Even Kennedy Japan of the NPP is calling for change.
I'm telling you, the situation we are in now, Ghanaians don't need change. Change needs Ghanaians.
Repeat that, please. So, and Ghanaians don't need change.
Ghanaians don't need change.
Change needs
us. It means that we've gone past change. The situation is worse. That the change itself now is saying that please come and let me change you. Yes. And when we talk to people, they all admit that we need change.
Vote wisely and vote John Mahama.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
Point we are making is that we are not getting value for money for all that collateralization. And in the particular case of Ejapa, our mineral resources are being undersold to people we don't know, and it's being put in a place where we don't have any control, and it is in perpetuity for as long as the mines have a useful life. And many mines are going to come on stream. If somebody wanted to steal our national heritage, this would be a perfect plan to use. So I don't see why anybody can do that, especially when they cannot explain how we are going to benefit from this. Ejapa is robbery. Whoever is going to get the ownership of Ejapa is robbing this country of what God gave us, by which we can survive. Even in the times of bad governance, that money will be assured.
You look at what has transpired over the last quarter. We've had the inflationary trends upwards, and so it's affected prices of basic goods and services. And also you look at the interest rate that we have to pay for the number of loans, bonds, etc. we've taken over the period. Look, this is going to be good money, funded coming in for us to plug loopholes. We should have no trouble accepting this at all, whether as civil society or media or the general public.
Ejapa cannot be a significant income stream to plug the loopholes we have. We are in debt to the tune of tens of billions of dollars. Ejapa gives us 300 million averagely a year. Now, the present government is seeking to sell our mineral royalties in perpetuity. That is the extent of this Ejapa deal. Whatever they put on it, when we get to the details, we can deal with it in perpetuity. And they are asking for 500 million upfront. Even if that goes to $1 billion, it is still not significant enough to plug those crazy holes that we have built for ourselves by racking up terrible debt over the past 5 years. So the premise is wrong that Ejapa can constitute an income stream that will help us in our present predicament. That is one. Number two, how did we end up in this present predicament? The previous government, which we all fought against for not being sufficiently prudent and not managing the economy well, put certain things in place. We had ESLA and a number of things that were taking care of certain specific areas of debt that we had. So we had these, ideas and things that came up to, show up these things. Things like Get Fund, okay? We built some of those things up to take care of education. We did NHIS, take care of health. Now you have ESLA, take care of energy, all those things. This government has collateralized all of that, taken the money up front, spent it, so basically compromise the potential of future governments to raise revenue. On top of that, we have racked debt after debt after debt, okay? And then we end up in a pandemic like COVID.
So welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. With me on the show this morning, I have Kojo Chumboafo, who's the former Chief Executive of the Free Zones Authority. Kojo, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
By the special grace of God, I'm doing very, very well. We're expecting Dr. Bernard Okoboy, who's the Minister of Health, the Honorable Minister of Health, and also the MPP's candidate for the Lejokuku constituency to join us on the show. But with buy now, pay later with Summitro, you can now buy a sleek and trendy smartphone and enjoy the luxury of paying in convenient weekly or monthly installment plans. All you have to do is to walk into any of MTN service centers to choose your favorite from a wide range of mobile phones on offer. The best part is all phones come up with 2 gigabytes free data, so you can share your pictures and get all the biggest scoops online for the first 6 months after purchase. Go on, share the exciting news with your family and friends, and stay connected on the smart side of life with MTN and Summitro. And this December 7th, from the long election queues to the bars on the streets, from ballot casting to vote counting and live reportage from polling centers, Election Central from the Ignite Media Group is where you find the pulse of the nation. So throughout this period, we've got you covered on the insights and analysis from our studios at Ignite Media, comprising Metro TV, Original TV, Original 91.9 FM, and our digital platforms. Don't just follow the story on Elections 2024. Be a part of it. Stay with Election Central, because when Ghana decides, the world watches. All right. So I told you that the Media Foundation for West Africa yesterday petitioned the special prosecutor, and as a petition seeking investigations into corruption and corruption-related acts at the National Service Authority. I'll take you through this petition. Now, so I'll put it on the screen so you can read along with us here. And it starts by saying that we bring you warm compliments from the Media Foundation for West Africa, MFW. We are writing to formally petition your esteemed office to launch a full-scale investigation into a series of corruption and corruption-related activities within the National Service Authority. This petition follows months of investigations by the Media Foundation for West Africa's independent investigative journalism project, the Fourth Estate, into activities at the National Service Authority, which have revealed a series of corruption-related activities perpetrated within the National Service Authority that deprive the state of millions of cedis each year since 2018. Based on evidence obtained during investigations, various pieces of evidence attached, we are appealing to you to launch full-scale investigations into the following specific acts, among others that you may consider necessary. So here it starts. Creation and use of thousands of fake student index numbers that are assigned to supposed graduates from various tertiary institutions. So it has been found that each year since the 2018-2019 service year, thousands of fake student index numbers are created and assigned to non-existent students who are then supposedly enrolled in the scheme and posted to do national service. The institutions for which the bulk of such fake student index numbers are created and used for fake enrollment and postings include the University of Education Winneba, UEW, the University of Cape Coast, UCC, the University for Development Studies, UDS, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST, Tamale Technical University, among others. And the table below provides samples of the tens of thousands of fake student index numbers that are created and used against some of the various tertiary institutions. So you see the table there, University of Education Winneba, and then these are the examples of the thousands of fake students' IDs created and used. And the Media Foundation for West Africa says that it checked with the institutions, they do not have these index numbers. Then you go to the University of Cape Coast, you see the fake index numbers, and these are in thousands, tens of thousands, sorry. Then the University for Development Studies, it continues. Valley View University, the fake IDs continue. University of Professional Studies, it's there. Tamale Technical University, KNUST, Dambai College of Education. Now it says a detailed Excel file containing some of the thousands of fake index numbers is supplied in the attached pen drive. So this has been made available to the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Also attached are samples of screenshots from the NSA portal that prove the enrollment and posting of supposed service personnel with the fake student index numbers. 2. Huge difference between figures announced to the public by the NSA and figures it presented to Parliament. At the beginning of every service year, the National Service Authority announces to the public through a press release the total number of personnel eligible for deployment for the specific year. The announcements after the National Service Authority has collated the list of students through graduates directly submitted by accredited tertiary institutions onto the National Service Authority portal. But behind the scenes, tens of thousands of additional names are later added to the total eligible service personnel for the year through the creation and use of fake index numbers. The additional persons are assigned national service numbers that designate them as persons who could not undertake national service in previous years and so could not have been part of the list of students directly submitted by the respective accredited tertiary institutions for the specific year. The addition of the tens of thousands of extra persons is evident in a basic comparison between figures announced to the public by the National Service Authority and the figures presented to the Parliamentary Select Committee on Education in June 2024, which has been obtained by the Fourth Estate, and the soft copy of the NSA presentation to Parliament's committee has been attached. As is evident from the figures in the table below, there is a significant padding of the figures that are announced to the public, and this table demonstrates that. So please look at it carefully. So 2017-2018, figures announced by the National Service Authority to public as eligible persons for national service for the year, 91,871. Figures presented to Parliamentary Committee as personnel deployed for the year, 88,939. So watch 2017-2018 very well. Difference 2,932. The difference in percentage minus 3%. So 2,932 people did not take up the placements, which is quite normal. So watch 2017-2018 carefully. 91,871 was what was announced by the National Service Authority. And those who picked up their spots, 88,939. So 2,932 did not pick up their placements, like I said, which is quite normal. So you have a minus 3. But now watch from 2018-2019. The figures announced by the National Service Authority, 85,708. Now, the figures presented to Parliamentary Committee as personnel that were deployed. Shut up. The 85,000 is what was announced as eligible persons for national service. However, the National Service Authority says that it deployed 135,603. So it deployed almost 50,000 people more than what was announced. That is from 2018-2019. So that's why I said watch 2017-2018 well, and then now watch from 2018-2019. So a difference of over 58%. So almost 50,000 more. Then 2019-2020, the National Service Authority announced 77,962. But it told Parliament that it deployed 114,036. So it says it deployed 36,074 more than the figure it announced of 77,000. That constitutes 46%. 2020-2021, it announced 86,078. It told Parliament in June this year that it deployed 125,050, representing 38,972, so about 39,000 people more. That's 45%. Then 2021-2022, it announced 81,081, 81. But it told Parliament that it deployed 110,324. So 29,243 persons more, 36%. Now something interesting happened. Now check 2022-2023. It announced that it was deploying, the places available were 115,240. But it told Parliament this year in June that it actually deployed 179,309. So 64,000 persons more in 2022-2023. So just check out the difference between 2021-2022 and 2022-2023. Just in 1 year. 69,000 people more. So that's 56% more.
And the funny thing is, if you look at the year-on-year increase, it's even worse.
Yes. Now, 2023-2024, it announced 122,275. But it told Parliament that it deployed 182,142. That's 59,867, almost 60,000 persons more, constituting 49%. And the source of this is press releases by the NSA announcing eligible figures of personnel to be deployed, and the National Service Authority figures presented to the Parliamentary Committee as personnel actually deployed. It says it is true that there will be persons who may have defaulted in doing national service in previous years and may enroll after the announcement of eligible figures for the year. But in the same vein, it is also true that not all those announced as eligible for national service by the NSA in a particular year will enroll for the service in the same year. As evident in the 2017-2018 service year, for example, the authority announced that 91,871 personnel were eligible to be enrolled in the scheme. The data presented to Parliamentary Committee for the same year shows that, in the end, 88,939 personnel were deployed, indicating that 2,932 of the eligible personnel did not enroll in the scheme that year. Persons familiar with the National Service Authority say this ought to be the usual pattern for each year. But in all subsequent years, the number announced as eligible for service was exceeded by tens of thousands. So if you go back to the table and you look at 2017-2018, those who didn't pick up were 2,932 who didn't pick up. But in the subsequent year, the service tells us that 49,000 people had not picked up previously and they now picked up. 49,000, almost 50,000. So we move on. 3. It says enrollment and posting of overage persons. Data sets obtained by the Fourth Estate from the NSA database show a curious pattern of persons whose dates of birth indicate that they could not have been genuinely enrolled for national service. There are persons whose dates of birth in the National Service Authority database indicate they are in their 90s, 80s, and 70s, and yet have been supposedly enrolled for service. The following are just a few of several examples of overage persons whom the National Service Authority data indicate undertook national service in the 2022-2023 year. 1, Nimatu Salifu, is said to have graduated from the University for Development Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Integrated Development. Her date of birth is January 1, 1931. She was posted to a school called Piyagi DA Primary School in the Nandom District for national service in 2022. This means that at the time she was posted, she was 93 years old. Ruth Abdullah's date of birth is indicated as October 7, 1932. She is said to have graduated with Bachelor of Development Studies from UDS. She was posted to Adakura Primary School in Bogatanga. This means that at the time she was posted, she was 92 years old. Mamadou Ali, born on January 1, 1942, graduated with Bachelor Development Studies from UDS. He was posted to Anyina Brim Anglican Primary School, Seshuyosu, in 2022. This means that at the time he was posted, he was 80 years old. Even though per the records on the NSA dashboard, he indicates his age as 82 years. Below is a screenshot of Mahmoud Ali's record on the NSA platform, So you would see the pictures there.
So they are older than my dad.
Yes.
My dad is watching right.
Okay.
He's 91.
4. Use of ineligible and fake ID cards for enrollment. According to the NSA, from 2022, gentlemen, please listen. According to the National Service Authority, from 2022, the only eligible card that could be used for the required online enrollment for national service is the Ghana card. This is according to them. This is said to be mandatory and part of the measures for dealing with ghost names. Indeed, it is claimed that the National Service Authority's digital portal will automatically reject any other card apart from the Ghana card for which the system could authenticate by linking up with the database of the National Identification Authority. However, the Fourth Estate found thousands of supposedly enrolled and posted service personnel who use different ID cards and sometimes no cards at all for enrollment. Cards found to have been used for enrollment include student ID cards, National Fire Service ID cards, staff ID cards of private companies, and provisional voters ID cards, among others. See samples below and in the electronic file on the flash drive attached to this petition. Below are screenshots of a few examples where fake ID cards or ineligible ID cards were used for enrollment. So that's what is rolling on your screen. So you see, even this one, a lady was used. The ID is that of a male from Bagabaga College of Education. That's what you're seeing. So you see the picture. This is supposed to be a lady. The ID used is that of a male. Then it goes on to show you a lot more of these ones and the kind of IDs that were used, although we're told that it is only the Ghana card. And you will see a lot more examples of this pictures as it scrolls. Please keep scrolling. You find them there. A lot more of them. Even the Ghana National Fire Service ID card, which was also used as part of the enrollment. Okay. There's use of one ineligible ID card for multiple enrollment of different persons with different biodata. In several instances, we find single and the same ID card being used to enroll multiple people with different names, different dates of birth. Issues of identity theft. And please listen and watch this part carefully. We identify the use of internet images for enrolling non-existent or ineligible persons. Reverse image search results reveal that pictures sourced online were either used to register non-existent candidates or inserted into questionable national ID cards and fake student ID cards for enrollments. See an example below of a Kenyan human resource practitioner. Kenyan human resource practitioner. So you will see his age is supposed to be 74 years. So you will see those details. Please scroll up. Please scroll up. Just be up to speed with me on this. Just scroll up to the 6th issue of identity theft. Just scroll up to that one. These are more examples of provisional voter ID cards and others that were used when we're told that it's only the Ghana card which will be accepted. Anything else will be rejected. Apparently, we're using all of this. Provisional voter ID cards, National Fire Service ID card, and what have you. So that's the Ghana National Fire Service ID card, which was even used to upload people onto the platform. So that's there. So now we get to the issue of identity theft. So this person is supposed to have been enrolled on the thing, but the reverse image search is what showed that the gentleman you're actually seeing is not a 74-year-old Ghanaian. Anyway, how a 74-year-old Ghanaian can be a national service person is another matter. But the reverse imaging showed that this guy is an HR practitioner in Kenya. So somebody actually picked up these images from the internet. So you would find the guy's real name. His name is Emmanuel Mutio, and he's a human resource manager at i3 Technologies. And his image is in the database of the National Service Authority as one of the people who is doing national service and who will pay 750 cedis every month. That's the Kenyan guy. So this is the actual person and who he actually is. Now 7, the marketplace scheme. This is a scheme that is used to enroll service personnel on hire purchase programs. It is used to enroll thousands of the fake service personnel. On several occasions, genuine service personnel who have not purchased any items have their allowances deducted for payment of items they have not purchased under the scheme. Attached to this is a list of vendors who have been registered by the National Service Authority for the Marketplace Scheme. 8. Enrollment and posting of thousands of supposed service personnel from unaccredited institutions. Thousands of supposed national service persons are enrolled from unaccredited institutions such as Banwa Arabic College of Education and Mamprugu Islamic College of Education, both in the Northeast region. 9. Forensic audit of the National Service Authority's informatic technology IT system. Our investigations show that there have been desperate attempts to delete data of personnel on the NSA portal since our investigations commenced. We therefore appeal to you to conduct a forensic system of the IT system of the National Service Authority to track patterns of deletions, amendments, and any other alterations in the system. And it says it has a list of the companies for marketplace vendors. That list is also attached there. And then 2.10, payment of service personnel. We request you to conduct an audit of payment of service personnel through Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement Systems Limited, GIPS, from 2018-2019 to 2023-2024 service years. Attached to the petition are pieces of evidence in electronic formats, which we believe will aid your investigations. We trust in the independence and integrity of your office to act decisively on this matter to protect the public purse and restore trust in the NSA. For further clarification, we can be contacted through the following details. So there's Seti Bokpe and Kweku Krobia Asante. In anticipation of your favorable response, please accept the assurances of our highest regards. So yours sincerely, Seti Bokpe and Kweku Krobia Asante. They signed on behalf of the Fourth Estate, which is a project of a media foundation for West Africa. And so these are the details of the petition seeking investigations into corruption and corruption-related acts at the National Service Authority. Now, you recall that sometime last week, the Media Foundation for West Africa actually dropped a teaser and said that they were going to show a documentary. And then we were told that the National Service Authority had gone to court and had obtained an ex parte injunction against the Media Foundation for West Africa from airing that documentary because their side of the story had not been heard. They had actually been written to on the 27th of November, but they had indicated to them that both the director, is it Director General or Executive Director, the highest person there, and all the managers that the investigation wanted to speak to are unavailable, and they will only be available on the 10th of December. So the Media Foundation for West Africa has petitioned the special prosecutor, and you can go back to the table where you see those differences. A service personnel is paid 750 cedis per month. So when you see the 50,000, 40,000 and others, I mean, per month, you're talking about some 26, 28 million cedis every single month. About 28 million cedis every single month, not a year. Okay, so that's a petition. We're waiting for the special prosecutor. Koyo?
Yes, boss.
Let me start with you. Before you go on, let me announce that the Honorable Minister of Health and the MPP's candidate for the Lejokuku constituency, Dr. Bernard Okoboy, has joined us here on the show. Hello, good morning. Yes, sir. Nimboda.
Prayer election. Let me say a very good morning to everybody who's watching, and good morning to my young brother, Minister of Health, a good man in the wrong place. I first of all want to thank my party for sending me here today. I take this privilege very seriously. For in 48 hours' time, the corruption and graft, the incompetence that has put this country into servitude and subjugation and bondage will end. I have absolutely no doubt about it. The yoke of vassalage and thraldom that Dr. Okupoi and his
What did you say?
vassalage and thraldom. It's
break it down, please.
Yeah, it's let's just call it a synonym for bondage. You put it that way.
Okay.
That Dr. Okupoi and his gang of buccaneers have put us in will end. You see, Randy, what you just described is a shocking 28 million times 12 is 1.4 billion. 1.4 billion times 4 years is how much? 5.6 billion. There or thereabouts. So depending on how you want to look at it, it's a crap load of money. Meanwhile, Dr. Kobo is always looking for money to go and put a bridge in his constituency that will break. And all the bridges that he puts in his constituency, they break all the time. If they have given that money to Dr. Kobo, like what do you call it? Like Chairman to me will say, like Okobo's constituency will look like Europe. If they had used it to fix the Accra Kumasi road, people would not have been dying. I bet you yesterday people died on the Accra Kumasi road. I bet you yesterday people died on the Accra Cape Coast road. I bet you yesterday people died from between Accra and Ho. You own a football team. How long does it get you? How long does it take you to pass the Tema roundabout between Tema and Michel Camp? How long does it take you to pass there? But Randy, even more shocking is that the law requires the National Service Secretariat to pay the money into bank accounts. They don't distribute the money with cash as it used to be way back in the day. It goes into bank accounts. So it is a systematic network of corruption and thievery. They must have a whole department in the National Service for stealing from us. The only way, I know you people have sent your petition to the OSP. The OSP will do nothing. The OSP could not even go after Cecilia Adapa.
That was frustrating.
He can
but
do
there are a lot
exactly.
of court issues.
But if Cecilia Adapa frustrates you, how much?
Yeah, but he has to obey the court.
Randy,
he can't do anything.
What I'm saying is that this matter should be investigated by a police authority like Yoku. They have the resources and the manpower.
You would have rather that they sent it to Yoku than OSP?
Absolutely, because the OSP will do absolutely nothing. In any case, you know something? They have 48 hours. They have 48 hours plus 1 month for this matter to be investigated by the right authorities. Right? We have a system of, and the corruption in this country has gotten to the point that when you catch a thief, the thief goes to court to stop you from revealing that he's a thief. We had a pastor who had 2 identities, born on different days, had 2 voters' IDs, had 2 Ghana cards, had different passports.
Just 1 Ghana card.
Whatever it is.
He didn't have 2 Ghana cards.
But he had 2 voters' IDs.
I'm not too sure about
I'm telling you, you don't listen to yourself, you don't listen to
No. What I know is that he had a driver's license, he had a
By the way, have I even mentioned anybody's name?
ID card, I know what you're talking about. Different from, he had 2 IDs.
Randy, that is a crime.
Yes, it is. It is.
And when he went to court,
had 2 TIN numbers, yes.
When he went to court, the judge warned him that he may have committed a crime.
Yes.
And yet he's walking around. A few days ago, he put out a video.
But he's not supposed to prosecute himself.
No, I'm saying that he still has the effrontery to be talking. That is why I am telling Ghanaians that the yoke of vassalage and thraldom will end in 48 hours. It It will end. President John Mahama will come back to power, and everybody who has stolen a cent of your money will be brought to justice. Justice will find you. None of you will get away with what you have done to the Ghanaian people. The standard that you set for us in 2017 will be used to judge you. Randy, in 2017, you know the story, but let me bring it up again. Dominic Nitiwo sat on the program in a certain studio and said that Chumwafu, who has been insulting the president-elect, he should get out of his office before we get there. And then a journalist, a then journalist, who is now sitting pretty in a government institution called Anio Sabute, put my name on Facebook and death threats. I showed them to you. I reported the matter to the police did nothing. Goaded on by the host of the program, I won't mention his name, he knows himself. Randy, that day, I had over 100 death threats. I showed it to you. If anything had happened to me that day, would I have been a matter for this? What we have seen over the last 8 years. What are you people doing? What are you doing? That you come to power, Ghanaians have given you the authority of the state to protect us and make our lives better. And this is what you have done. Randy, you are aware that of the scandals that are broken out. I was on this program with you, and my famous edict to you was Okoboy Kayaju. Remember that? I told you that.
Are you not proud of him?
I am. Listen, I have been proud of him even before I met him, because I had heard about his work as a medical officer. Granted that he's in the wrong party, but at least for the young people, Randy, listen, I'm 55 years old.
Yes.
I may have lived the best parts of my life, but for the young people
you're only 15, years old.
Who aspire, well, I'm 15 in other areas, but yes. For the young people who aspire to do well in whatever endeavor that they get into, he should be a beacon of light. Okay? That a young doctor, he's been board chairman of Kolibu, he's been CEO of NHIL, he's the kind of person that young people should aspire to be like, not those people who run around with their trousers around their knees and their pink underwear showing. But you see, you put yourself, and they put people like you in a position where the next government that comes is going to make your life very difficult. For acts, not just commission, but acts of omission as well. I've been through it, I'm telling you. You will become a victim of circumstance. You will become a victim of drive-by because of what some very irresponsible people have done. Let me give you a case in point. You presided over the COVID.
He was a member.
Well, presided over semantics.
He was a member. I wasn't
okay,
the chair.
Fine. During the time that COVID scam took place, Randy, you were front and center of questioning why a company that didn't have business was formed before the decision was taken, after the decision was taken to do what we did at the airport.
Create, loot and share.
Which company was owned by a Nigerian with very, very, very known links to the first family. In the end, that company, and I'm talking about Ghana Airport Company's own publication, they made $87 million, which they shipped offshore, and the government of Ghana made $7 million. Alive. As a medical practitioner, if that money had gone to Noguchi Institute and said, we are giving you money to upgrade yourself to an infectious diseases institute where we actually teach doctors how to manage infectious diseases, would it not have been a better thing? But they put you on that committee, so the next government that will come will call you as part of accounting for what happened. Believe me, nobody is going to get away with anything. Because you people set a standard. You told Ghanaians right from the day the president plagiarized people's speeches. You set a standard for which you will be judged by. And if you think I'm lying, remember the standard that Professor Reverend Michael Kwe set in Parliament. It's the reason why you don't know whether you are minority, majority, in between, government business, and you don't even know where you are. But going forward, as a nation, as a country, we have to ask ourselves whether, is this how we want to live? Because Randy, your young kids, my little Rahim, Dr. Kobo, your children, are going to pay for what is going on in this country. You and I have been friends for 25 years, am I lying? And you know me. Have you ever seen me at a beer bar before? Have you ever seen me? I live my life. No, serious. I live my life. No. I live my life. And there are many people like me. Knowing that as a young man, when you make money, you have to save. We have had several discussions about this thing. Money. You put your money in the bank, you lend government money, and then the government steals the money because Kenoko Foyata has gone and gambled with our money. So $12 billion of our savings was stolen. And then the finance minister went to London to talk down to us and tell us that if you put money in the bank, it's your own risk. Read the small print. I'm quoting him. Is this what we want to do in this country? And yet when there's land to steal, they go and buy the governor of the Bank of Ghana and his deputies, Keno Foyata and others, go and buy AU village land for 180,000. Now you turn 180,000 wakanto mensa. And you go opposition, your girls in your eye. Yet to assassin 180,000 CDs. And then $11,000. And what canto mensa? Will we be destitute? Will we be destitute in this country? Look, you people have failed. You have failed abjectly, in total. You have failed. What you told this country is not what you have done. You have failed. What you should do today, first and foremost, after you greet everybody, you greet the first lady, you greet Frema, you greet everybody, is to apologize to us for the way, not you as an individual. Because you, even if somebody catches you and jails you for a few years, after that you can go back to medical practice and do the good things you were doing. But your government has failed this country. It's scandalized.
Let me bring Okuba in. Doc.
This man has not drunk beer before. To want to get a joy in your hair. Oh, be you. First of all, let me say a very good morning to all your viewers.
and a very good morning to Doc, yourself.
But the thing in front of you is covering your picture.
Both are very relevant. This one is relevant, and the Okobot is relevant. Well, I can wait for me or over here. Doc, so first of all, I want to thank Ghanaians for how matured we have acted during
your voice campaign.
Yeah, campaign.
Oh, sorry.
Amazing.
That's right.
I want to thank every Ghanaian. I think despite the heated competition, we've largely behaved responsibly. I always say that politics is not a tribal war. It's not a fight between the Gans and the Achin people. It's not a fight between those in the north and those in the south. Both parties have accounts, both have Gans, both have Evers. So politics is about transformation and progress. For the past 8 years, Doc, President Akufo-Addo has led this government to do a lot of great things. But just as it is with all human institutions, once you are working with human beings and not angels, even some of us, look, every family, when you scrutinize deep, from the current generation to, let's say, 2 generations back, in almost every family, you will find liabilities and assets, Doc. In fact, it is possible that you will not find any asset, but as for liability, it's in every family. What you do is not to condemn the whole family tree because of that liability, but to see how to manage it. President Akufo-Addo has done a lot of great things, Doc. In fact, President Akufo-Addo has been so bold that most projects, because I'm currently at the Ministry of Health, that were more or less sidestepped or conveniently overlooked, he's had the courage to touch them. And a classical example is the Konfanoche Maternity and Child Block, started by a champion. When I was in school, huge project. Nobody dared to touch it. At the time President Akufo-Addo decided to go and finish that project, it came out from a structural audit that the whole project now could not even stand. It was brought down. And as I speak, the shell, which is the building without equipment, it's about 60-70% complete. 138.5 million euros, Doc. Very huge project. When you are driving from Koforidua to Suhum, you see a huge structure, which is the new Eastern Regional Hospital. Just 2 weeks ago, we paid the contractor working on La General Hospital. He has a bill of about 12 million euros. I think we paid him 70 million Ghana cedis out of 140 million. Look, as I speak,
You paid him how much?
we paid him 70 million out of 140 million that was submitted. I'm working with Abina, your sister, to finish the other half. Point I'm making is that across the country, from Tola to Tolon to Bupe, Bon Katamansu, I remember 2020, I went there to cut salt for the hospital. One of the traditional leaders said, Doc, as I speak, Bon Katamansu, they've gotten a new hospital. So, Doc, there's a lot of good things that have happened. To have the courage to find the resources to pay for the bills of over 1 million kids is a good thing. Look, if you look at some of the schools that Educhu and former Education Minister, now the flag bearer deputy, Dr. Napo, a lot of good things, Doc. But in every human institution, how can you have only good things? There will be a few things that are low points. And for me, you can't tell this government story without mentioning what COVID did to us. Anyone who is frank and honest can see the figures and realize that something happened, and all of a sudden, a country that was growing at 6-7% came to 0.5%. And when you check the curve of every country, almost every country in the world, there was a dip in the graph. And when a country, the growth shrinks because something has happened, it reflects in difficulty in getting jobs and loss of jobs. Once your people lose jobs or can't get jobs because your economy came to a halt and took 2-3 years to come back, try to come back, there will be hardship. Once you have a country where about 4 or 5 banks went under, and you see, there are a lot of things we'll say maybe in the future. But look, there is a court in Ghana that has looked into the case of one of the banks. And the judgment, I'm not talking about the NPP headquarters, a court in Ghana looked at both sides and made pronouncement that some of the people who led the banks, they took decisions that were harmful to Ghana. Look, we paid the price. Some people were laid off. Unibank, they went to court with BOG. The court ruled that some of the things they did were not right. So the point I make is that, look, there's been a lot of things that have happened. Some happened before we came. Once we are in the chair, we have to deal with it. And so my long and short summary is that we have had a lot of triumphs. We have had some challenges. Going into the future, the good news is that both President Mahama and Dr. Bawumia, they've had office at Jubilee House before. Both of them are known to us. What we are looking out for now is the one who has the skill set to be able to address the challenges, not the one who can mention the challenges very loudly and well. And so I believe on this set that when you put aside all the triumphs of this government, the one who can add many triumphs, successes, and also deal with our challenges like increasing the number of jobs, growing the economy, investigating corruption if there is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So more or less, this is my preliminary comment. Now, on the NSS that you read, Doc, I have said it on this show. Anytime I'm here with Sammy, there is something that even God...
Just a minute.
Okay.
Before you go on the NSS one.
Okay.
There's a post on this NSS story by Manasseh Azura Winnie. I want to read that. There's a post he made just 20 minutes ago. He says, in the John Mahama era, the National Intelligence Bureau, formerly BNI, investigated corruption at the National Service Secretariat. It was one of the few occasions when a state institution, other than the media, initiated an investigation that uncovered massive corruption and resulted in serious consequences against the perpetrators. That investigation resulted in the retrieval of monies and the dismissal of dozens of officials. The National Service Secretariat Director appointed by President Mahama was put before court. I remember Mr. Abu Jinapo, Deputy Chief of Staff in Akufo-Addo's first term, and current Lands and Natural Resources Minister, was one of the lawyers who defended Mr. Alassane Imoro. The case was still ongoing when President Mahama lost the 2016 election and left office. Insider sources at the time told me that the National Security Coordinator and former BNI Director, Mr. Edward Yaudonko, initiated an investigation into the NSS scandal. The sources further revealed that when the National Intelligence Bureau was being pressured by the political class to halt the massive investigation, they leaked it to the Daily Graphic. That was how the NSS scandal became public and got the politicians to back off. Again, delegations of prominent opinion leaders, including traditional rulers, pressured President Mahama to drop the case against Mr. Alassane Imoro. President Mahama stood his ground and allowed the law to take its course. Some of us were not satisfied with Mahama's handling of corruption, but comparing how cases like this were handled with what we have witnessed in the Akufo-Addo era, Ghana has sunk deeply. The Mahama presidency prosecuted and jailed Philippa Sibit and a former NDC MP Abu Gapele. The Mahama government retrieved millions of GDS stolen cash and tamed the likes of RLG and many others. Those actions were not enough, and we clamored for more. Akufo-Addo even called Mahama's action on JIDA, which I investigated, a sham. So why are we back to another scandal at the National Service Scheme? Did the Akufo-Addo administration continue the prosecution of the NSS director and the other persons charged? How did that case end? The media should revisit that case and let us know what happened. If a strong signal had been sent in the previous cases, will the mess continue and necessitate the use of the cost to injunct publication of the scandal? That's the latest post on this by Manasseh Azura.
You remember the bastardization that the NPP riled in the JIDA matter against RLG?
Yes.
Who supplied the tablets?
Okay.
Who supplied the tablets?
Let's finish with this one.
No, answer me. Who supplied the tablets? Oh, you don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Same RLG, I'm telling you.
I don't know. Okay.
So, anytime I'm here with my brother Sammy, I've insisted that there is one principle that God himself established when it comes to dealing with human beings, although he is a spirit. He always says that he wants to hear your side of the story, although he knows all things. That is very interesting. Even the one who knows what you are thinking and what you've done still tells you that, tell me your side of the story. Look, what is beautiful about democracy is that when you are charged, you are given the opportunity to tell your story before you are either condemned or let free. No matter how damning a claim looks on the surface, Doc, we must be patient to go into it, because tomorrow anybody can also lay a claim against you. These are claims or work done by certain people. I'm not casting doubt on their integrity. All I'm saying is that those who have been mentioned, the things that have been cited, it is important for a third party to come in so that we can know the true story. A claim can have only two outcomes when looked into. Either it doesn't look exactly how we all saw it at the beginning, or it is really how we saw it at the beginning. As for my brother Chumbafo and myself, we have what I always refer to as an intrinsic bias. By our nature and our political leaning, any claim that is negative against the other party and can bring their image down and give us advantage, we hold to it strongly and wish it were true no matter what. That is true for both of us. So now that they are mentioning people on my side, I'm not excited that his vim is very high. But all I'll say is that in 2008, a lot of people made claims before the election. Some NPP people had money at Bank of Ghana, Prudential Bank, a lot of things. Look, after the election, when you call those people, they will say, we finished the election, let's move forward. When you call them, we finish. So there are a lot of things that are thrown also to try, and it's all part of the game, Doc. All I'll say is that I'm happy you mentioned Manasseh is a good brother. I'm happy that he just reminded me that under John Mahama, some people also try to take advantage of the system. Look, every office that I go, public office, I tell all my guys that I work with, this place is not permanent. Very soon, they might ask us to leave. So even your chairs, make sure you bring your own chair, or if you are sitting on one, it's not for you. I tell them, treat people well, because one day I might not be here, you deal with someone else. I am also careful with all my paperwork, Doc, and whatever I do, knowing that even if my wish comes to pass, Baumia is president, a Baumia government can look into an Akufo-Addo appointee, Doc. So point I make is that me, I'm careful. But I know some public officers, and that's not to say my sister Giftowari and the gentleman there are like that. But Doc, I know some public officers, if you give them an appointment, they think that they will stay there till they will die. And they act in a one-tone manner, Doc. Very unguided. In fact, the best word is unhinged. When they do things, I'm a choir. It happens in both parties, Doc. That is why when we hear that somebody has done something, in fact, we have to even be careful not to act as if all those who belong to the party are like that. I don't know where my big sister said Namtamaklo is. But if you look at the judgment from the court, me, Doc, I like referencing to the court, just as you like IMF documents. Most of the time, all finance documents, IMF documents, I like judgments from the court. And the simple reason is that in the court, both sides have been heard. So that when I hear a ruling, it's on a third party. If you read what the judge said, the judge said, wow, there are people who get public office. They behave like that is the end of the world. I don't believe said Nantamaklo is exactly the way Chumbafo is. I don't believe so. Look, so all I'm saying is that these things, we have to look into them. Dr. Baumia will look into them. And whoever, if it comes out that anybody has abused our resources, The fellow must be dealt with. Chumbafo gave me some jab by saying that I built wooden bridges. Hey, Male, if you go to Teshi, I have at least 3-4 concrete bridges that I
talk about wood.
Okay, Kumo. Have you seen any of my
Didn't one of your bridges break? Tell me, did it break, and I'll look for it and show it to you. Did it
show me the pictures and the date? I challenge you.
You are bringing yourself.
No. So I have bridges that I've constructed. Yes, there was one bridge which was a temporary structure. In fact, before I became MP, people, listen, Chumba, be patient.
I'm an engineer.
I know. Chum, before I came, we had 2.
Did your bridge break?
I know you're patient. I know you're a patient guy.
I'm patient. I'm patiently asking you, did your bridge break?
Before I became MP, under 2 other MPs, people were passing through the drain. Look, they had concrete blocks. That's what you step in. What I provided them allowed you to walk above the bridge. But it was not a concrete structure, unlike the other ones I had done. So there was a massive, I think, flood or whatever, and it was damaged. It's better than passing through the gutter. So my principle is that in this life, dog, what you come to meet, always improve upon it. So if I give you a bicycle when you are walking, it is better than still trekking for hours to a place. If someone gives you a motorbike, don't condemn the one who gave you a bicycle. And when you get a car, don't also let go of the one who gave you a motorbike. That's how life is. So the point I'm making is that, look, as for and look, SATA and all those things, it's true. All these issues, when we look into them, some pay the price and all that. Nobody is above the law in this country. And we should not get the impression that the only person that will look into cases, should he become president, is John Mahama. Dr. Baumia is one that does not condone corruption. And you see, this orientation, immediately someone says that, oh, this matter has happened here, then we label it a scandal. So even if they go into the matter and the matters that were mentioned are proven not to be true, actually scandal. Even he himself said this must be investigated. But before they come out with investigative results, Chumbapo says that this scandal is not the only one. I will let go, which is not right.
My brother, you went to present.
What it is? Oh, Manche.
Yes, you went to present. You had an English teacher. You had a grammar teacher. What Randy just read out is what? It's not a scandal.
But this is a claim from one side.
You call this a claim?
Oh, come on. But if
this is the reason why the people of your constituency should vote against you. They should vote against you in massive quantities because you think scandalous. Oh, Randy, it's not personal. We are in injury time. If a goalkeeper misses a ball in the air, you can score. We are in injury time.
Note your point.
We are in injury time.
Note your point. Note. You have a pen and an A4 sheet.
Yes. Free kicks.
Just note it. Note it. Yes.
So all I'm saying, the one who is watching your show this morning, they are discerning people. Not all your viewers are like me and Chumbuafo, who are fighting for power. The way we do our things, I said, there's a disease we all have. They call it an intrinsic bias. He wished everything you've read were true. And I am saying that in this world, those watching are aware. If you are watching this show, if somebody makes a claim that you are a thief, that you've done something wrong, Okobo is saying that it's not fair for you to be condemned, and that we should go into the matter, not by the one who made accusation, but by a third party. If you are found to be wrong, so be it. If you are found to be right, then the claim was not true. And what I've stated here is that it is not a good practice for someone to say that once you were labeled a prostitute, even when they go into it and realize that it's not so, from day one someone says that, oh, that shameful woman. It means that from the word go, they've labeled you from the claim. That's what I'm saying here. That this attitude where once somebody says that I see wrong here, then from the word go we say, oh, that is scandal one. What it does is that even when they go into it and realize that it's not so, it is already been labeled a scandal. And I'm saying that we have to be hesitant in how we use our words. That is all I'm saying. So, Doc, the long and short is that those who are watching the show, over time, with time, people are looking out for those who will be honest and frank. The fact that national service issues came up the last time, issues have come up that we have to look into. It tells you that it is not just a matter of, oh, bring this party to power. What are the things that we are putting in place to try to even prevent some of these things from being reported? How do we get a foolproof system where we can go to sleep and say, oh, even if an incompetent person, doc, is put in charge of national service, because of the system that runs there, if the person is an armed robber, he can steal. Those are the things we have to work towards. And that is my call this morning. As for being, look, no human being is, even if you have a perfect human being or a man of integrity like the Pope, those he is going to work with, he didn't grow up with them. So in NDC, there are people who might be, your way. Some of them might get positions.
I find something quite startling. And you see, for the three of us on this table, at least you know a little. Both of you know more than I do.
Yeah.
The intelligence, the intelligence community that we have in this country. Look, you see, how on earth, Oko, can we say that, for example, we all know national service. We know that when the postings come, not all persons, not all report. Okay. So you take 2017, 2018, for example, 2017, 2018, and that's why I said everybody should look at what happened in that year and compare it to the subsequent years. So the National Service Authority announces to the public. That's what they do. They put an announcement out that these are the persons eligible to do national service, 91,871. So this figure is taken from all people, graduates from all institutions that are eligible to do national service. All institutions. So the list of people who are graduating from all institutions that are eligible to do national service. It doesn't matter whether they pass their exam or not. Not so. Okay. So they put out 91,871. That's the figure taken from all institutions. Then we are told, so eventually people will come and take up their places. So after, the national service will be able to determine for us whether the 91,871 that was announced, whether everybody took it or some took, some didn't take. Or whether there were some people from, let's say, 2016, 2017, who didn't take up in 2016, 2017, and have decided to take it up in 2019, 2020. No, so. So we are told that, look, 2,932, they didn't take up. Out of those who were eligible, they didn't take up. So we had a deficit of 3%. So those were those who didn't take up. And we know that almost every year, not everybody takes up. There are people who travel, there are people for some reason don't do their service. So this 2,000 out of 91,000 is a good reflection, a true reflection of what happens over the years. Yes. Then you just jump to the subsequent year. Then we are told that 85,708 are those who are eligible to do national service. That's the figure collated. 85,708, they are those. But then, out of the blue, we are told that 135,000 were actually posted, which means that some 49,895 people decided to do national service. They were not part of those who, the 85,000. But these are some 49,000 or 50,000 people who were eligible to do national service, who had not done their national service, who have now decided to come and do their national service. In fact, it is even on the assumption that all 85,708 took up the opportunity to do national service. Then every year you have these numbers, 40,000. Every year you have people who, so I don't know if these people were supposed to have done their service in 1960 and they all didn't do it, and all of a sudden from 2018, 2019, you have as many as 50,000, 36,000, 38,000, 50,000 people wanting to do their service. And if you even look at the 2021, 22 against 2022, 2023, the variance, if you look at those who are eligible to do, 81,081 and 115,240. However, if you look at what the service is saying as those who actually picked up the thing, between 21, 22 and then 22, 23, you have as many as 69,000. How? I mean,
what's the organization's name? The one that did it.
Media Foundation for West Africa. But these documents, one, the press releases by the NSA.
Yeah.
That is what gives us the NSA's own announcement. And then the NSA presented a document in June 2024, this year, June, to the Parliamentary Select Committee, which details the people they say they actually deployed. So all you do is that you take out the figure they put out are those who are eligible to do national service. And the figure that they have put out as those who they say they deployed for the service. And in a lot of these cases, you have close to 50%, 40%, or more than 50% of deployment as against those who are eligible to do national service. How is this possible?
Doc, so I know you have done your PhD. When you see a graph and you see an aberration, it means that you have to look into it, like the way you've pointed out aberrations. Almost all the things I want to do in my constituency, you said how much money are people making, assuming the claims are true? How much?
About 28 million a month.
The monthly money that, if the claims are true, being made, just 1 month, can solve almost 90% of Lejokuku's problems. Big drainage problems, classrooms, soft loans for women, whatever. So, Doc, me, I'm in politics. I say it everywhere, to make the world a better place. What I don't tolerate are politicians who are crooks or who take advantage of the system to enrich themselves. I don't do that. The only principle I have, which I've kept from childhood and into my grave, is that when somebody makes a claim, I want a third party to help me.
Very, very fair.
Look,
and right.
If IOCO, OSP, or the police CID goes into these claims and comes out with a report that wrong has been committed, Doc, if these people are not prosecuted and jailed, I'll go on a one-man demonstration. Whether Baumia is president or whatever happens. Doc, so I want my brother to understand that it is only a matter of fairness and justice. That even if the claim is very grave, like I said, 1 month, Doc, if somebody is making 28 million in this country, a month, not a year, through an illegal act, Doc, when that money can solve all my problems, all the assessments I've done in Lejokuku, a constituency of close to 400,000 people, why would I say that they should let it go? Doc, you understand?
Yes.
But what I am saying now, one day, if somebody comes at my big brother here, that he should be condemned, it is the first demand I'll make. We should hear his story conducted by a third party. So whether it's OSP or it is Yoko, these claims are so serious that, Doc, Dr. Abbey, these claims must be handled by a third party.
Randy, just a moment.
I'm wrapping up. Doc, these claims, Doc, they are so serious that a third party must look into them, Doc. And when I say a third party, I mean an independent body created by the Constitution to look into people's behavior. It can be OSP, it can be special prosecutor, it can be the CID. 28 million is a lot, but this is the caveat, and it's a strong one. I don't condemn people when I've not seen a report of a third party. I thank you.
Randy, I am very happy that Dr. Koboy is bringing this up. When this same Manasseh Azuriauni conducted that fakakta thing that he did about President Mahama and accused him of collecting for the expedition, did you people wait for a third party? As we speak today, has exonerated President Mahama. Are you people still not using it in your communication? Aren't you still using it to campaign against President Mahama? The funny thing is that, Randy, anybody who knows the Mahama family knows that the last thing you should attempt to go and bribe them is car. And yet you people said President Mahama has gone and collected a bribe because a Burkinabe guy wanted to build a wall. He collected for the expedition. At that time, were you not part of the NPP campaign? Did you wait? Today, that the OSP has cleared President Mahama of the Airbus matter, are you people still not calling him government official and trying to impute criminality into actions that he has not even promulgated? And you're sitting here talking about what is fair. Have you people been fair to President Mahama? Have you been fair? Today you are asking for equity when you went to the party without clean hands. What President Mahama will give this country starting 48 hours from now is the equanimity that we have needed. What Akufo-Addo promised us that he didn't do, that he had actually no plans of doing, is what we're talking about. You raised the point, Doc, that when somebody is at the top, you don't know what is going on beneath you because you don't know the character of all the people. That is the reason why you should not be in the process of being a clearing agent and clearing everybody who comes to start, when your people are accused of doing something, you clear them. A deputy minister of sport, who is now contesting a parliamentary seat, Pius Ajide, was accused by his boss, the Minister of Sport, of engaging in visa racketeering. Randy, am I right or wrong? Okoboy, am I right or wrong? What happened is that they said a police investigation was going on. Randy, check the internet. The day before the president went on a tour of the Volta region, mysteriously, Pius Ajide was claimed to have been exonerated. As we speak today, nobody has seen the police report. Andy, a few weeks ago, did we not see Pius Ajide on TV confessing to the crime that his boss had accused him of?
Which crime?
That he was engaged in visa racketeering.
He didn't confess to.
And let me quote him.
Yes.
Let me quote him. He said, "Media motomania main family sanction me dem from emeburu no mobeko kwai mobeko America mobeko." So what was that?
He didn't confess that he has engaged in media visa.
Go and ask any lawyer.
He only said that he will facilitate travels for people.
Yeah, how do you facilitate travel? Same way he facilitated the visa racketeering for the Australia matter. Randy, people are convicted on circumstantial evidence. And it is what you say that kills you. There is nothing as damning as what you say. And so when President Mahama comes back to power, hopefully somebody will find that so-called exoneration of Pius Ajide, and then his own words, will play back to him. When I asked Okoboy whether he had seen the Pius Ajide's exoneration, police exoneration, he rolled his eyes and looked at me. Because there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. When a government minister was caught with money in her wardrobe, the first thing the president said was that you will be exonerated. He wrote, you will be exonerated. My dear, if I started with my dear Cecilia, the Doffa Cecilia, you'll be exonerated. Because of that, the agencies who are supposed to chase her don't want to do it.
No, it's the courts. The people are, the courts.
That is where I went back. I said, in these days, we have a fashion that the courts are even able to protect would-be criminals and suspects. So I ask a question.
But the courts are supposed to protect suspects.
In 2017,
Kojo, the courts are supposed to protect suspects.
Randy, they are also supposed to protect the state.
Yes.
They are also supposed to protect those of us who have been victims of crime.
Yes.
Randy, in 2017, starting on December 22nd, 2017, I was hauled for 2 years. I was hauled to Iyoko 34 times. Do you think I could have gone to court to stop them from investigating me? And which court would have given me a judgment that they should stop investigating me? In this matter, Randy, a couple of days ago, when some people tried to enter this place to misbehave, did you not address the matter immediately after the program? I texted you, don't go out of the studio. You couldn't wait to get out of the studio to address that matter. The people who have been mentioned in this matter, they say wait until December 10. Because they want to wait till after the election. Because they think they'll win the election, and when they win it to go away. Randy, this matter looks like a duck. It is quacking like a duck. It is following its mother in straight lines and pooping everywhere it is going. So it is a duck. The only thing left to find out is that you roast that duck. And you will know it's a duck. They won't get away with it. There is no excuse. Okoboy is sitting here saying, oh, there should be a third party.
No, but Okoboy is right.
Dr. Okoboy,
he's right.
You people have set a standard that will be used against you. The standard you set when Manasseh Azuri Awuni was writing all those things and certain journalists in certain news institutions were making fun of President Mahama with Christmas carols. It will be done to you.
Okay, so I was going to ask you about your problems with the airport, but we'll need to take a break. I'll be back shortly.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
Again.
Hello, thank you for calling MTN.
This is Jerry, Jolly J for short.
How may I help?
I'm not happy with you guys at all. You've been giving Bongo gifts all the time.
Who is Bongo?
Oh, Bongo, my friend. He purchased in my room.
Oh.
You've been giving free gifts, but I don't.
That's MTN rewards, sir. Talk, text, browse, and more, and you get to redeem free call time or data by simply dialing *550#. And on Fridays, you can even get extra special rewards like food vouchers, shopping discounts, and much more.
Didn't tell me anything. Would you like to know how I got the name Jolly J?
That won't be necessary, Mr. Jolly. Calling customer care service doesn't give you points.
I'm gonna call my mom. I'll call my grandma. I'll call my ex. That girl can talk, Papa. Hello, Mama. So what's the topic for today?
MTN.
My bro, and you know me out of phone. Pacho, many fatal, watch your rabano. Watch your rabba, and let me imagine Kase. And now, NPP Rally, meet my friend home, mining engineer. And you say, Pitiana, me be a mining engineer. And I'm a Juma NPP Rally. Aye, and no free education policy on the buy. Watch your rabba, me near the house of Bias, meet my junior high school. I transfer called SHS. Me junior high school now. That same particular year, now go point dom. Anna Ghana for your 2 Abama NPP Rally. And one free education policy. A buy. The buy, my a chance. And they call one of the best schools in Ghana, St. Augustine's College. And I'm a proud alumnus of St. Augustine's College. Now, and that, Bijina Hanoma, my mama, no, papa, no, and you're not from Ghana food. Minsada Misayim, me Pamuchao said this year, December 7th, Montuaba Emma, Dr. Baumia. Now, Obiwa baby, Obiwa crazy baby, we need the that's what to send me. No, mammy, don't watch it, said, mammy, don't watch it now. We go over a my mini Juma, Papa near Juma, who baby. Papa Ephraim, Nimami Ephraim, Union does over dear Monfa Monsako Kromoti, and go team number 1, Emma Dr. Baumia, now on Ghana for on Crown baby, Union does over beer.
Esuro.
Experience the enhanced protection of Star Motor Third Party Extra from Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected. Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization to bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800 177 or 0302 245 906 to sign up.
For these defenses and stay strong. When it comes to combating malaria, Koa MT mixture will aid your treatments. For effective relief from malaria symptoms, try Koa MT mixture. Koa mixture, Koa plus mixture, and Koa MT mixture are not recommended for pregnant women, lactating mothers, and children under 12 years. Always take a malaria test before using Koa MT mixture. Choose Koa mixture, Koa plus mixture, and Koa MT mixture for your health needs. Available now at pharmacies nationwide. For bulk purchases, contact 0244 726611 or 0591 565 778. This advert is
Kudu, Ghana, the elephant is calling. Get ready for the biggest and the final rally for election 2024. Now, say rally where you today say the possibilities victory rally. Matthew 19:26. But with God, all things are possible. Ebaso Yawada, December 5, 2024. Time 1 p.m. sharp. Venue University of Ghana Sports Directorate Park. Now special guest His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana. His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, John Ajakum Kufuor, the former President of the Republic of Ghana. Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe, Honorable Stephen Ayesu Intim, Lawyer Justin Kodia Frimpong, Honorable Alexander Kwamina Afenyo Makin, Honorable Akosia Frema Osai Opare, and all party members, sympathizers, and the general public are invited to participate in this historic program, which will be carried live on all media houses. NPP Eshi Rado.
Hey, girl, what's up?
How far with your internship?
To be honest, I'm so nervous about starting this new role on Monday.
Oh, please. I know you'll be great at it. You should be worried about what benefits they have. Example, do they have health insurance?
I doubt they will have that for internet. But no shaking. I have NHIS already.
Actually, I'm still line.
Ina, look at you. What are you going to do in the office when you can just download the app to register for an NHIS membership?
Yes, my people. You heard right. You can now download and register your membership on my NHIS app. No long queues or tedious paperwork. All you need is your Ghana card to register for yourself and for others. Once you register, you get a new digital NHIS card on your phone. My NHIS app gives you access to credentialed health facilities and services across the country. NHIS covers over 95% of disease conditions in Ghana. Access to healthcare just got easier.
Now let me sign up quickly. Please, Seth, I'm starting work next month.
Industrialization is our only way out. Yes, we could be bankers and we could be insurers, but the machine is needed. Because when we wake up in the morning, we iron our clothes with machines, we cook our food with machines, we travel to work with machines, but none of the machines that we're building ourselves, which means we're buying everything from outside. We can't keep buying everything from outside when everybody is building things from inside, everywhere in the world. Dubai is doing it. Qatar is doing it. China is doing it. America is doing it. Every country is doing it. When it comes to Africa, we just want to import things. And you know it costs us money to import things. How do you give your cotton to somebody and they bring it back to you as shirt? There's 7 processes where you're going to turn the cotton to textile, to yard, and to pattern before it becomes a shirt. You miss all that process. You never thought your children had to do that. The reason why our cocoa is becoming a butter and it's coming from a different country because we're missing the 7 process. The processing is the plant. We need to bring these machines into our countries. We need to employ people. We don't need people to come and invest. We need to employ people. Now I have a policy here. This policy is called Snake's Revolution. And for the first time, I am bringing such a huge opportunity to insurance by turning insurance platform into banks. Making sure that this policy, that whole Snake's 10,000, that they will insure in the next 5 years of their life, will guarantee them their accommodation when they need it. It will guarantee them their hospital bill when they need it. And it would also fix their education when they need it. Please, I know I don't have enough of this to give to everybody, but if you have a chance and you want to, scan it.
Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet saver, win, even if your bet misses.
I am here to urge you to vote for John Dramani Mahama. I've known John from when he was deputy minister, to when he was minister, to when he was vice president, to when he was president. There is nobody more decisive that I have ever worked with than John. And especially when I had to consult for decentralization reforms, he showed his mettle and was the one who turned decentralization around. If you want government of the people, for the people, by the people, then you want John Dramani Mahama.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Sankofa Natural Spices, 100% natural. DDA.
Fellow Ghanaians, I am Sewami here. As we approach this important election, Sankofa Natural Spices reminds us that no matter who we vote for, we are united as one Ghana. Our nation's strength lies in our diversity, much like the rich flavors that make up our favorite dishes. Together, we create something beautiful. As we cast our votes, let us hold peace close to our hearts. Let us cherish the unity that makes Ghana a beacon of hope and pride. Unlike other spice brands that are imported, Sankofa is made in Ghana, by Ghanaians and for Ghanaians. All we have is Ghana. Hence, we join the millions of Ghanaians to pray that our dear nation is always preserved regardless of our political affiliation. Remember, Ghana is all we have. We are one people, one heart, one destiny. We at Sankofa Natural Spices wish you all peace, safety and strength during this election season. Sankofa Natural Spices. DDA.
Sankofa Natural Spices, 100% natural. DDA.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing. but nothing better than having it saved. Bet safer.
Making is that we are not getting value for money for all that collateralization. And in the particular case of Ejapa, our mineral resources are being undersold to people we don't know, and it's being put in a place where we don't have any control, and it is in perpetuity for as long as the mines have a useful life. And many mines are going to come on stream. If somebody wanted to steal our national heritage, this would be a perfect plan to use. So I don't see why anybody can do that, especially when they cannot explain how we are going to benefit from this. Ejapa is robbery. Whoever is going to get the ownership of Ejapa is robbing this country of what God gave us by which we can survive. Even in the times of bad governance, that money will be assured.
You look at what has transpired over the last quarter. We've had the inflationary trends upwards, and so it's affected prices of basic goods and services. And also you look at the interest rate that we have to pay for the number of loans, bonds, etc. we've taken over the period. Look, this is going to be good money, funded coming in for us to plug loopholes. We should have no trouble accepting this at all, whether as civil society or media or the general public.
Ejapa cannot be a significant income stream to plug the loopholes we have. We are in debt to the tune of tens of billions of dollars. Ejapa gives us 300 million averagely a year. Now, the present government is seeking to sell our mineral royalties in perpetuity. That is the extent of this Ejapa deal. Whatever they put on it, when we get to the details, we can deal with it in perpetuity. And they are asking for 500 million upfront. Even if that goes to $1 billion, it is still not significant enough to plug those crazy holes that we have built for ourselves by racking up terrible debt over the past 5 years. So the premise is wrong that Ejapa can constitute an income stream that will help us in our present predicament. That is one. Number two, how did we end up in this present predicament? The previous government, which we all fought against for not being sufficiently prudent and not managing the economy well, put certain things in place. We had ESLA and a number of things that were taking care of certain specific areas of debt that we had. So we had these, ideas and things that came up to, show up these things. Things like Get Fund, okay? We built some of those things up to take care of education. We did NHIS, take care of health. Now you have ESLA, take care of energy, all those things. This government has collateralized all of that, taken the money up front, spent it. So basically compromise the potential of future governments to raise revenue. On top of that, we have racked debt after debt after debt, okay? And then we end up in a pandemic like COVID.
All right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Still with me on the show, I have Dr. Okoboy and Kojo Chubuafu, who's making all of us excited here in the studio. Things have happened in the last 8 years. Anyway. But you've all been there before. You've placed the perfect multi-bet, and it's all going your way until it's not, and one or more picks let you down. Well, with Betway's Bet Saver feature, you can win even if your bet misses. Even on multiple losses, you can get your bet back and more. Bet Saver is exclusive to Betway. Get way more. Terms and conditions apply. This is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway, get way more. Of course, just to remind you once again that this December 7th, from the long election queues to the bars on the streets, from ballot casting to vote counting and live reportage from polling centers, Election Central from the Ignite Media Group is where you find the pulse of the nation. Throughout this period, We've got you covered on the insights and analysis from our studios at Ignite Media, comprising Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM. And our digital platforms. Don't just follow the story on elections 2024, be part of it. Stay with Election Central, because when Ghana decides, the world watches. And today, we know is the last day of political campaigning, and we're going to bring you a special coverage of the final rallies by both the NPP and the NDC. It's the last day of campaigning, and this afternoon, Ignite Media will bring you a special coverage of the NPP and NDC final rallies on Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM. Our coverage begins at 1 p.m. live from the two venues, the University of Ghana Sports Stadium and the Zurak Park at Medina in Accra. We've assembled teams at the various rally grounds to get you all the proceedings. 2 rallies, 1 live broadcast only on the IMG platforms, Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM from 1 p.m. All right. Yes.
Last take on this matter. You see, Doc, the NSS scandal has just hit us this morning, right? But there are all kinds of scandals. And you once again, I refer to you saying that, oh, if you appoint somebody, you don't know the person's character. Whilst I agree with you, there are all kinds of scandals that are synonymous and symbiotic with what is going on now. Like I told Randy, I just said to Randy, the scandals that have appeared before us today, we haven't even talked about scandal 1B, right? But there's the NABCO one. NABCO. The NABCO scandal is sitting there. Pualugu Dam, sitting there. SkyTrain, sitting there. Right? Agenda 111 hospitals.
I probably will find out from Doc something about the airport later on. But, you know, the in the earlier discussion where you spoke about IOCO and all that. Okay, so a lawyer friend of mine sends this one. He says that IOCO has no jurisdiction to investigate corruption. Neither can they prosecute corruption. They'll be thrown out of court. And he says that in the Cecilia Dapa case, it was IOCO that he was referred to, and they refused to investigate.
Okay.
He says money laundering, tax evasion, etc. was found by the OSP. IOCO is the body with jurisdiction on these matters, money laundering, tax evasion, but they were instructed by the AG not to look into the matter. So it was rather the Office of the Special Prosecutor that even found out this, although they were within the mandate of the IOCO. So this just for our
Agenda 111 hospitals. Some of you go and go to foreign embassies and tell them not to give visa to people, Ghanaians who want to go to that country. Then when you fall sick, you go to the same country and go and lie in hospital there. Why aren't they coming back to Agenda 111 hospitals for treatment? Where's the Agenda 111?
But they've not opened them yet. None of them is operational.
But Randy, when they come and sit here, if you don't stop Okoboy before he starts, he will start telling you about Agenda 111 hospitals.
So the same
Agenda 111 hospitals. You haven't finished building the building, but you finished paying the consultant all the money. That they finished paying David Ajayi all the money for the consulting, and the buildings haven't been finished.
Is there anything wrong with that?
Yes.
You don't pay?
No.
You don't?
Go and ask any engineer. Go and ask any architect.
It's not done?
It is never done for reasons of force majeure. What if David Ajayi dies today? What are you going to do?
So what's the normal?
You present your certificate as the project is advancing, and you present your certificate and you are paid. You present your certificate and you are paid. Both the contractor's certificate is certified by the consultant. The consultant certificate must be certified at whichever ministry that gave the contract.
So the consultancy is for the lifetime of the.
Of course.
Yes. Okay.
So you will pay.
And you're saying that they paid him off.
They paid him everything. Every project that David Ajayi has been given in this country has been paid, including the Brown Hole. He has been paid everything.
Which is Brown Hole?
The National Cathedral. He paid everything. Design, consulting. There's even retention that is held for the defects liability period. They've been paid everything.
That's the Brown Hole.
Yeah, that's the Brown Hole.
Okay. Right.
And in the case of the Bank of Ghana building, a turnkey project was given to a contractor.
so that the contractor can give the design supervision and everything to David Ajayi. He's been paid on that one too.
He did that one too?
Yes.
And he did a trade fair too?
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Randy, let me just situate it for you. So you are an engineering consultant. You win a job. The lifetime of the job is say 5 years to put up a building. So you have put your charges, you have written your charges to the appointing authority. They've given you your contract. The job is over a certain lifetime. You cannot be paid all the money that you want to charge up front, like I said, for reasons of force majeure. And it has happened before. Do you know the Smith buildings opposite former Westel? The Smith homes opposite Westel.
Which area?
Cantonments.
Yes, I know that. I know that.
Westel.
I know that.
Opposite
yes,
Westel.
Yes.
At a point in time, those buildings there were owned by Smith. I think they've sold all of them. But the architect who was given that project died immediately after the project started. So if Smith had paid him all the money, because they had to find somebody else to continue. You never do that. Besides, in this country, architects and engineering consultants chase money. Randy, if you present your certificate to the ministry, by the time the certificate gets to finance and you are paid, there are about 1,000 stamps. You can't even see your name. Ask Coco Boy whether I'm lying. Somebody will stamp, chief director will stamp, budget director will stamp, even the security at the bottom has to stamp. By the time he gets to Coco Boy and he drops his glasses and looks on it and he tells you, Minister, by the time Coco Boy in his generosity stamps the thing and gets to ministry, chief director, budget director, by that time, David Ajayi was paid everything. Everything. He has been paid everything. And he's gone.
Now, Doc, I thought I was going to ask something. I'm sure that you followed it, but it might be a bit unfair because that's not your area. But this e-gate thing at the airport that we saw the vice president, forget about the fact that it didn't malfunction when he tried to do the Ghana card. I don't know if the National Service people had interfered with his card, but whatever happened. But, you know,
finally it didn't pass through.
I'm sure, they say eventually.
He jumped the gate.
He jumped it? Yes. Oh, okay. I've not seen a picture of he jumping. But,
if at first
open sesame.
Open sesame. If sesame doesn't open, jump the gate.
Okay. So now, I'm sure you've seen Bryce Simmons, your dear brother, is spoken about it. He says that it is yet another case of how World Bank things are abused. And perhaps this will not be the time, but I think as a country it's got into a time where we even need to interrogate the activities of this World Bank IMF people, because it appears that they themselves are culpable in terms of a lot of wrongdoing that goes on. Now, it says that this is the third time the World Bank money is being abused as far as this project is concerned. And people have picked up a 2018 event at the same place about e-gates, at the same airport about e-gates in 2018 by the communications minister, Mrs. Kufu. And in the report that I've read, we're told that the Minister of Communication was spending $18 million on that project. So this is the 2018, what you're seeing on your screen. So that's Mrs. Cecilia Adapa, who was there with Mrs. Akufu. So this 2018, this thing was done, we're told that $18 million, this project. Now, 2024, we are told about this new project, and we are told that it's in excess of some $200 million. So you see the thing there. This is a post by the Ministry of Information. On Tuesday, March 27, 2018, the Minister of Communications, Mrs. Oslawusu Akufu, inaugurated 9 electronic gates, e-gate at the Kutuka International Airport, KIA. So this was supposed to be for $80 million. And if you read the story, they tell us what this is supposed to do, the details of this particular project, and I'm just trying to get the story that accompanied this. I'll try and get it later on, and it gives you details of the project. Now, what this one did not tell us then had to do with the use of the Ghana card. We were told about passports, but now we're told that the new. So what it means is that we've had e-gates, and I use them all the time.
You use them all the time.
I use them all the time.
The one that
But
we
then,
have, what was it?
We are then told that there's some new. In fact, the impression that was created was as if this was the first time we're going to have e-gates at the Terminal 3. Then we are told that this is some 200 and something million project. What's going on? We spent 18 million in 2018, and we're discarding the 18 million to spend another 200 and something million.
Well, look, it's obvious. I mean, I don't have all the information. I still maintain that there must be value for money. If a job or a contract is going to be awarded to any vendor, it must go through the right procedures. Look, more often than not, the procedures allow for value for money, and also allows for minimizing, if not to eliminate, corruption in the process. Look, so I think all I'll say is that, I mean, if anybody, and that's the beauty of democracy, you can query every transaction so that those who are clothed with the powers can take a look at it. But just like you have in law, more often than not, you want to do prima facie first. You want to look at a few things to see whether it's worth going into it. So, I mean, once we have chosen to practice democracy, I don't have issues if someone says that, oh, I've seen some nice project, but looking at the contract sum and the history of other projects, it deserves a look into. I mean, that is fair. I mean, those would be my comments.
Well, Randy, a rose by any other name is still a rose.
You know, the question that I had was a question that, and unfortunately we can't get anybody to speak to on this matter. This morning we've tried, but we can't get anybody. I wanted to find out whether what we have is not an upgrade of, or what we have, whether we could not, because I hear of the addition of Ghana card. So I mean, I don't understand it.
Randy, you will not understand it. In order of priorities, the member of parliament here has just told you what.
So the difference is that now this is Ghana card, and I'm asking, couldn't you just upgrade the system to include a Ghana card?
Randy, couldn't you just jump over the freaking gate?
Dr. Bawumia is one that is going to come back to you in 2028 to give an account. And
I want accountability for the 8 years before I think of the future.
No, but I've also stated here that anything which is wrong or alleged to be wrong, Dr. Bawumia will look into it. Having talked about going number one for Dr. Bawumia, let me also say that in Lejikuku, I would encourage all my constituents to know that when you send someone who is very forceful, whether you are NPP or NDC, it becomes beneficial to you. And Doc, let me also thank you for hosting us. This year has been a good one, except for the House of Folk, for the court people who came to worry you. If I were
court people, armed policemen, and an auctioneer.
As for them, they are not alleged. So in this case, the prima facie shows that they were armed policemen. And next time when they come, don't worry, I'll deal with them. That's safe.
Randy.
So are you going to the rally from here?
I'll do some other things, but I'll go there.
Randy, thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for the opportunity that you've extended to people like me for 23 years. Long may your program continue. You see, someone just reminded me, and thank you for reminding me, that the whole of the Terminal 3 project cost $237 million.
The airport itself.
The airport itself.
Yes.
But the Berekum project cost $208 million.
Is that a component of a bigger project?
Randy,
because the 2018 one that we saw the communication minister and Madam Cecilia Dapa, they were told that it cost 18 million.
Yes,
that's the 2018
Randy,
one.
that is reasonable. Randy, if
$18 million.
Randy, if you add the $250 million from the Bank of Ghana project, add the $250 million from the All Africa Games, add the $58 million from the Brown Hole, add the 11.2 from Palugu Dam, add the $2 million from Skytree, add the $204 million for the Berekum project.
Which one is Berekum project?
The E-Gate that Bawumia went to stand and finally had to tow a wall. I am saying that as a nation, we are much better off using that money to build roads, to build infrastructure, to finish the Agenda 111 hospitals, to do something other than create this procurement behemoth for people to steal from, because all of them are sole sourced, directioned at certain people who will come back and give kickbacks to Dr. Bawumia.
No,
so,
that's
no.
Kojo.
Okay, I've withdrawn it.
Withdraw that.
Randy, I've withdrawn it.
Yes.
I've withdrawn it.
Right.
I've withdrawn it.
Okay.
Right. But you know that when lawyers go to court and they say something and the judge, the other lawyer says objection and the judge says struck out, you know the jury have still heard it. I like.
So what you're saying is that your withdrawal is not sincere?
No, it's sincere in the court. Because I don't want the judge to sanction me. I don't want Justice Randy Abbey to sanction me. You see. But people of Ghana, you have seen the 8 years of the vassalage, the thraldom, the servitude, and the bondage that you have been in.
Please, we didn't attach water school with you. Break it down.
And you should have gone there.
Break it down.
ahotre.com that we are in.
So that's all you wanted to say, and you said all those things.
No, okay. Ahotre, ahoyenya, ahopai.
Okay.
Won't be your my name.
So you could say all this.
But why you do? So you don't know I can speak Ghana.
So all this
Let us get these people out. It's as simple as that. Take your time. Look for the umbrella. Look here. It's here. Umbrella. Umbrella is here. Put it at number 8.
There's no number on it.
But you will see President Mahama. He's the 8th person. Handsome man. So that he can make these people account for what they have stolen from you. Because What has happened in this country over the last 8 years is unthinkable, unprintable. Many of you, teachers, firemen, policemen, soldiers, name them. Many of you work for 30, 35 years, 40 years. You put your money in a pension and they told you that after you retire, that they put their hand on your money, so wait till you are 87. When we all know that very few Ghanaians live till they are 87. So in effect, they have stolen your money. Randy, last month, the government, and they should tell me I'm lying, gave directive to banks that they should bring them dormant accounts from all the commercial banks because they couldn't pay treasury bills. So they collected dormant accounts. You know what a dormant account is? You have put your money in the bank and basically you are not using the money. And when you want it, they tell you, go and file an affidavit to come and collect your money. Because they've sent all those accounts to Bank of Ghana. Why? Ekufado, why? Why have you put us where you have put us? And they want you to vote for Dr. Baumia so that Ekufado will get a third term. Because in the words of somebody who knows him very well, he is going to be a Buddha.
Okay.
It's shocking.
Okay. All right. Okay. So thanks.
Thank you very much, Randy, once again. Like I said, 23 years of... You know, I was one of your first panelists. And over the years, I haven't failed you. Even when, you know, it's okay.
All right. Okay. So today's the birthday of a very good friend, a man who's also a younger sister, Maureen Beckley of London, and Abelengbe. Obike. Obekwe, today's your birthday, so happy birthday to you, Maureen. I know you're watching in the UK, so happy birthday to you, Maureen Beckley. It's from all the residents of the compound house. They say happy birthday to you, Maureen Obekwe Beckley. Anyway, so today's the last day for campaigning. We hope that it goes well. Both parties are pitched at the same part of town, and I pity those who live in that side of town. It's going to be quite crazy. I saw a police statement detailing how they're going to try and manage the traffic and all that, but I'm sure that those who live in those areas are going to really have it tough for today. But we're hoping that it goes very well, peaceful. People say what they have to say. Our minds are made up. We'll go and do what we have to do Saturday, and then ensure that what we voted for is actually declared, is counted and declared, and then we'll continue with our lives as Ghanaians.
Andy, I've just been reminded that the year project to...
Which one is the year project?
The YEA project.
You mean YEA?
Yes,
you have done what?
There was another 30 million Ghana cedi shortfall.
All right, okay.
Between 2017 and 2020. So the model is
we'll
there.
come back later to deal with all those things. There'll be time to do
next week by this time.
So thanks for watching. Tomorrow we have a special edition with the CSOs because today is the last day of campaigning. So tomorrow we won't have the politicians as the panel on the show. I'll be dealing with the CSOs who've worked around elections and who will be working with respect to the election also. So tomorrow is a special edition of Good Morning Ghana. We'll have the CSOs here with us on the show. So just to also remind you that we'll be covering simultaneously the final rallies of both the NPP and the NDC from Legon and Medina right here on Metro TV, on Original TV, and on Original 91.9 FM. Our coverage starts from 1 p.m. So make sure that you're tuned in or stay glued to your sets to watch and listen to our coverage of the final rallies of the NPP and the NDC. Up next, Metro Sports.
Yes. Kwabi to. Now, anybody some Kwabi to when you oh can you agro? When you present the Benya and come to one match at you. Did you are new school? Now, Yaji, I am confusing comedy to was that your baby's Canadian. I feel and I actually question. I feel those as I was a question going to be. So, how come him in traveling like a how was it?
into DDP for all your day.
May Baba examples, come with them and change you.
Apology and sacrifice, no. Okay, trust me.
Okay, we are not fine.
Message trust me, brother, Brian.
They say, first, on behalf of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, on behalf of NPP, you pat DDE for the check, DDE before the check. Say, pay ni hardship overcome. They see it as an ultimate sacrifice for Ghana.
God bless.
It is said